Welcome back. And this is the final stage of the bicycle tire carrier rack. And if you notice from the previous video, I did not include motorcycle in that one. After getting the truck back up to Bellingham, Washington, where my spare tire was waiting for me, I only had one day to get the winch mounted up and give this system a test before my knee surgery. So I had to get right at it and get the winch mounted up, come up with some plans to move the cable out, because that's the first thing I found out was the cable was too close to the wall. But I gave it a test run and it worked really well, and here we are lowering the tire after I tried raising it. I am having a custom length sling made for this tire. That was a temporary sling I was using to get it up there. But it worked, and there were some issues with it, and I'll go through those now. So I was really excited to see the tire weigh in at 143 pounds. I thought it was going to be much heavier than this. The cable was pulling too close to the body, so I needed to figure out a way to get that pushed out. I really liked how the tire was sitting on the rack, but the bolts holding the tire on were too small, so I was going to increase that size of the bolts to hang the tire on, and also some way to push the winch cable out. The bike tray mounted up perfectly, and here I am now trying to figure out how to get that winch cable to be centered over the tire. And at this point, I'm still adding a motorcycle rack, and that's what we're looking at here, is trying to figure out a way I can actually make the motorcycle carrier on the lower end here. And this coming up is a system that I was thinking about using that would actually slide out, because I wanted the motorcycle tray to actually be able to fold out of the way when not using it. Once I figured that out and calculated where the motorcycle would sit, it ended up being, it would be 48 inches off the back of the truck, and I felt that was too far for me to be driving around the country comfortably in, and I ended up eliminating the motorcycle rack. So now I got to making the other modifications, and here I am enlarging the bolt holes for the tire carrier. I think I went up to 1 1/8 bolts from 3/4. This piece here is going to be the roller that will push the fair lead out center over the tire, and there you can see how that works. And I think that came out really good. It has the cable coming directly over the center, and it didn't take up much room. I was going with a much more complex system than that. Here, this piece here is a light bar that you just saw. It has nothing to do with structural, but because of the tire sticking out and the bike sticking out so far, I wanted a couple of things. I wanted a third brake light, and then I wanted more reverse lights too. So with the bar for the third brake light installed, the upgraded bolts, it was time to send this off for powder coating, and I think it came out great. I was really excited that these folks were able to get this in. I dropped it off Friday afternoon, literally like 12:15, and they had it back to me Monday by noon. Fantastic company. And now I'm moving into putting on the brake lights. And you'd think I would have drilled all of these 3/4 inch holes before I sent it out to powder coating, but the original idea was to have a light bar that I was just going to drill 2 holes and mount to. I did drill the holes inside the tube to run the wire, but I was unable to find a light bar, and what I was able to find were these 3/4 inch dot lights that were both red and white. So that is why I ended up drilling out all these holes and creating this other light system. It was a lot of work to get these lights in there, get them all wired up. If you noticed on there also, I ended up adding the backup camera at the last minute, but I think it came out great. I love how it looked, and it was worth the extra day I spent just doing that. Another last minute change I added was installing a neoprene rubber pad on the mount for the tire so that it will be mounted to this rubber instead of the metal on metal. I just had the ability to do it, so I did. And here we're going to take a look at how it came out.
Okay.
So that was my first view of it in operation, and it is perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. A lot of visibility. I've got that third brake light now, and when I'm in reverse, it's much more noticeable that the truck is in reverse. So with this project complete, I am now ready to hit the road and leaving Bellingham, Washington. My next stop is going to be Beaverton, Oregon, and then on to San Francisco. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe for more. And if you have any questions, post them below.